This is the 31st Lap Podcast, recorded live in the studios of FingerLakes1.com in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now, your hosts, Rich Post, John Bonas, Mike Mallet, and Chris Marquardt.
Is that a little low?
What's low?
I don't know.
Oh, my volume's good for me, but
Volume's good?
yeah, how are we doing?
We'll go with it.
Yo.
Huge news tonight.
Hey, why don't you introduce the show first?
Mike Mallet. We'll get right into it. Welcome to the 31st
There you
lap.
go.
I am Chris Marquardt, John Bomas,
Minor
Mike
details.
Mallet. Rich Post even made the trip out.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
Imagine
I know.
that.
I swear to God,
I
hell,
saw
it's
one of your
official.
buddies at-
Hell has frozen over.
I saw one of your buddies from Canandaigua Speedway, Canandaigua Motorsports Park Security at the Sunoco station over on 21 and 96.
21 and 96. It had to be Bundy. Big dude.
Yeah, he was an enormous dude. I can
He's
see
a
why
He
he
is a
was.
big dude.
He's a meatball.
Yeah, he said hi. He sends along his best. He wishes he could be here. I was going to have him on as our other guest
Absolutely
tonight,
never.
but yeah, and then he tried to beat me up, and he basically tried to make me leave the gas station, and I was trying to leave anyway. But it was cool. He
You're
said
lucky
hi.
he let you go.
Yeah.
Could have mistaken you for a cheeseburger. You'd have never made it out of there.
I'd have been in real trouble then.
Cheeseburger would be good right now.
It looks like he can eat.
What do you got over here?
I got
You're
some major news,
You're
man.
killing me.
This is big for me.
Spill
I don't know if
the
it's big
beans.
for anybody else,
Well, we
but
got Tana Robinson coming up a little bit later on. John's got some big news, but nothing tops this.
well, ladies and gentlemen, just want to announce officially we've been in
Hang
negotiations.
on. Let me turn your mic on.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
We've been in discussions the last week or so to make a major acquisition for myself and George Smith and GT Smith. And last couple of days, we got the deal done, and it is official now that we are now the controlling interest of Dirt Track Digest. We've bought majority control of the website. Clinton, Jeffrey, Adam Ross are still a part of the site. They're minority stakeholders now, so it is now on my shoulders, so to speak, with George and GT. So major news, major changes coming for Dirt Track Digest, so I wanted to announce that here first. I think.
Do we have a cheering sound effects?
Yeah, where's the
Chris?
clap? Where's the clap? Where's the clap? Where's the clap?
Golf clap. Golf
So
clap.
big news. That was the big news, and we're real excited about it. Some of the things we got in store. I'm not going to give you all the details because we got a lot of stuff that we're going to try to do. I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to try to do until I can actually do it. So I don't want to get your
Get
expectations
everybody's
up.
hopes
But
up.
you'll still be able to see. You'll be able to see the things that I do.
You got a lot of clapping in the.
Yeah,
live chat.
I got. I'm on the live chat, which is awesome now. I got my laptop, so I can be in the live chat at the same time. But we got some big things coming here in the next couple weeks. We're planning things out. We're gonna have that done. We're adding writers right now. I've got some people that are coming on board with us. We'll announce them here in the near future. I want everything to be an announcement. Tonight I just want to say it's official. I'm taking over editorial control, I guess you can say, and we're gonna see where we go. I mean, our goal is to improve. Make things bigger, better, and to improve Dirt Track Digest as a whole. In the last few years, I haven't really been more than the live update guy. That's pretty much what I've done. Now, my writing, a lot of it will be on Dirt Track Digest, insider news, things like that. We're going to try to stay on top of that. I will continue my other, jobs, of course, with Utica Rome and ESS and Area Auto Racing News. But you'll get some different content now on Dirt Track Digest. If you noticed last weekend, you got a little bit of coverage there from Lincoln Speedway. That's a forerunner, I guess. I don't even know if that's the right word, of the things that are coming. So that's what our hopes are, and that's the major announcement coming out of me. So it's real exciting and a new step in my life, taking on control of this. It's a scary proposition, but I think in the long run we're gonna do a really good deal with the website, and hopefully we can get people to back us, keep people on board with us, and again, we want more people to write, and I see someone's already volunteering. I write for Dirt Dog TV on Facebook. Hey, you know what? The more content, the better for us. So send me your information via Mike Mallet at DirtTrackDigest.com. There will be a press release on the front page. There'll be a link there to my email address, and you can go ahead and forward me your information, and we'll talk and we'll see what we can do. Again, we want to add writers. We're looking to add photographers. We got a lot of great photographers. George and GT do a great job. DC. Jay Fish put stuff on our site. We'd love to add more. And my pops, he did a hell of a job this weekend. If anybody saw the front page coverage we gave Lincoln Speedway, My dad got the Corey Haas flip, which was pretty spectacular if you were there and saw it. But he got the money shots. I was like, Dad, like I saw him over in 3 and 4. I'm like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it? He's like, I got it. I'm like, money. But so that's that. I mean, I hope that's exciting. I mean, I hope people that are listening, are excited about it. I know I'm excited about it. I'm nervous as hell, to be honest with you. But I know the work that's going to go into it scares the hell out of me. But hey, I think it's time for that. Time for it to get her done. Time to step up
You'll
to the
be
plate.
fine.
New step in Mallett's life.
Time to step up to the plate.
Responsibility.
Yeah, it sucks. And I know
He's having a baby.
I know. Well,
Basically, he is.
I can tell you this: since we've gotten the deal done, all the stuff that I've had to do just to get the basic stuff going, it's been a crap ton of work. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna suck. But Chris, and we all know that we've been in the boat. When you take on a new job, you want to jump in, you want to go.
Full tilt.
Full tilt,
900 miles an hour.
And that's what I'm doing right now. And
the hardest part of that is metering that so that when you go 900 miles an hour,
I can go 900 miles an hour in September.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna do my best to cover a little bit more modified stuff. I know I'm a sprint car guy, but I know people in New York are.
Well, you said you're going to try and put these guys to work, right?
Yeah. I've asked Balmas to write for us, and we'll see if he comes on board. I've asked Rich to step up.
I'll be happy to, but Balmas can actually write?
Yeah, we're going to find out. Listen.
It's okay, neither can I. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Mike,
here's what we got going.
How do you feel about getting a handwritten piece of lined college ruled paper handed to you every Monday, and you're going to have to retype it?
Is that from Balmas?
Yeah.
Actually, no. Here's the thing. Balmas does a really good job on his write-up of his fantasy league stuff. So I called him this week and I said, hey, listen, we got this deal done. And we all know how much Balmas loves USAC.
He actually told me I write too much.
Yeah, well, I don't read it, so I know you write too much. So
Yep. If you can't make it to the end,
if I
too
can't,
long.
we're going to have to put you on a word limit. You get 500 words. If after that, I'm done. I tap out. But,
Yeah, well, I'm not counting them, so I'm
Okay.
going to leave that
No,
up
the
to you.
the computer
Listen,
does
the
it.
computer does it
Yeah,
for us.
there's this newfangled thing called a computer that will tell you how many
So-
words are in
It's
the
even going to
document.
spell check for you. Everything. You're in good shape, John.
Yeah, so Balmas is going to come on board. He's going to do a little USAC stuff for us. He follows it all. He buys USAC live. So since we can't actually send him on the road yet, which I don't think we ever will.
That's what I'm going to do when I get home tonight is watch USAC race from Las Vegas.
But, so we're going to do what we can with that. And,
Good
Rich,
news,
we'll
good
see what
news.
we can use you for. And Marquardt, I'd have you write something, but you're only going to do demolition derby stuff. So
I got a busy summer.
That's
So-
all right.
Holy
Add
crap.
the demo derby.
So
in
again,
there.
if you're interested in running for Dirt Track Digest, we'd love to have it. If you're a photographer and you take photos at the races, hey, let us know. We want anything. Even in Florida, I did a lot of static stuff, aka walking around the pits and just taking photos of guys working on the cars, stuff like that. Hey, we take all forms. Sometimes we can help you get in, sometimes we can't. But hey, we'll if you prove to be someone that we can trust and count on to get stuff done for us, we'll do what we can to take care of you. And that's our ultimate goal here. Again, we're all doing this. I can tell you, it's not about the money. Cause
Is there
I
any
can tell you
thought
that.
in one of the questions that you probably have seen now in the live chat is Dirt Track Digest should drop the dirt because local asphalt racing needs the support as well. What do you think of that?
I go to asphalt races every now and then, like pavement modifieds, which I enjoy. But it's not happening, man.
I go to an asphalt race every time I go to a race. Right
Yeah, I'm
before I get
racing
there.
somebody on a throughway on my way there. No, but I don't
on the way
mind.
home as soon as I leave.
Right, I've had a little bit more respect for asphalt racing. I do enjoy it at certain places. So I like that, and I like the pavement modifieds. And you'll probably see some pavement modified stuff on the site. So it will be. Ken ripping on you, Balmas Midget Digest.
I like that.
Careful what you
I
ask
like,
for.
I like that.
That's funny.
That's
I love
about
the
the best
interaction.
thing he's ever said about me.
Yeah, so
Careful what he asked for.
Well, I was thinking as you were talking about that he could cover all that USAC stuff and get that out of his system before he gets here.
yeah, that's good. Then he's done with it when he gets here, right?
Yeah.
No, but we
Does that mean we get to go through?
And
you
I
to
bet
try to-
Ken's on board with that.
yeah, I do like the fact that we can chat. I like this now that I'm set up now.
Yeah.
I got my
Well,
laptop. I'm in the show.
captain's chair, microphone, headset.
I know.
am.
So-
you know what? I got to be honest. I am
New
one step
website.
closer to having Thursdays off.
Yeah. So we're doing good, and again, we want suggestions. If there's something you want to see us do that we don't do, let us know. We're going to try to do some different things that we're not doing now. Again, obviously the coverage is going to step up in terms of people being at the racetrack. That's our first goal, our first objective, and there's going to be some other major announcements coming here in the next few weeks. And
Like what?
I'm not going to tell you. I can tell you I'm already working on it. But
Come on, I'll shut all them. Here,
It's-
here.
yeah,
I'll
mute
shut
these
these off.
mute
I'll shut these
everybody's-
off, and you tell me.
Yeah,
and then we'll turn everything back on.
Yeah. So So that's where we're at. And but again,
we
thanks.
Won't tell anybody.
Thanks to everybody for the congrats here in the forum and all that. I appreciate it, and we hope.
Now John's got some earth breaking news.
There's no news. I just wanted to give.
What the hell are we talking about?
I just wanted to throw a special out to our listeners. Anybody that's listening to the show tonight, they got all night. If they go in to my website, dickdragonmotorsports.com, and sign up to play for the 2013 Fantasy League, it's $25 a team. We'll do buy one get one free tonight.
This is good. Does that mean I get a free one for coming here tonight?
If you you got to sign in, pay for your team tonight through PayPal, and fill out the form and do a team. I'll give you a second team for free. Buy one get one free.
And that's only through the conclusion of the live feed. So everybody that's watching this Friday, Saturday, sorry.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply.
Actually,
no, we're not sorry.
I'll give you all night to do it. It's got to be midnight tonight, the night of the show, Thursday, March 7th or whatever it is.
March 7th.
Already?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. It has been all day.
Yeah, it's been a long day. So
yeah.
Now you had something too, Rich, right?
We're working again on the March of Dimes walk in Canandaigua for the Finger Lakes region, and my wife and I and our family have been selected as the ambassador family for that walk in Canandaigua this year. So we are again pushing to get walking teams to sign up early, see what we can raise for a good charity in the March of Dimes.
That's cool.
Good
Very
deal.
Cool.
That's great. We got to get all the links and stuff back too. 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't know if we have them anymore. I've lost track of them. I know that.
You guys did very well with that last year, right?
We did very well. We did a pass the helmet event at Canandaigua Motorsports Park that went over very, very well. We're reaching out to Jeremy Corkin to see if we can set that up again. I don't see an issue with that, but again, we haven't spoken to Jeremy yet, so we're hoping to set that up. With the walk being on a Sunday this year, it might be a little bit easier to link it up closer to the day of the event. So we're hoping to push a few more things.
Nice.
We've been busy too. Smashed Empire Films will be, and Mike is going to fall over when I tell him this because he doesn't know about it.
Ooh, yeah, I love surprises.
I'm going to be working with King's Smash from Crash from Demolition Derbies, and we'll be putting on 2 Demolition Derbies, June 1st and November 2nd at Black Rock Speedway.
Nice.
Yeah, how about that, huh?
Yeah.
November 2nd, is that the day that we got our invitation for?
No. Oh, yeah.
That's
I
the
believe
day,
it
right?
is. Yeah,
That's
the day.
Is that the day for the Enduro?
Yeah.
I already knew that.
You did? Did I tell you already?
You told me last week.
Oh, never mind.
So much for your surprises.
But yeah, that was cool. And
very
I'm
cool.
just kidding.
That's a lot of fun. I'm excited about that.
Damn, put that hat back on. That's
The
bright.
glares changed a little bit.
I'm not going to be able to be at the one in June. I've already been booked at Cuba, and I've been working on that show all summer long, but I'm going to be doing a lot of the promotions and stuff and working real close with John and trying to get more together for that. And then the one in November, we're going to have everything there. It's the last show of the year, so we're going to have every camera, every in-car camera, try and load that thing up as much as we can. A good friend of the show, Brian Sipple. Everybody remember Brian?
Yep.
Who cleaned us out of prizes during our Super Dirt Week promotions. He's going to be hosting a compact derby at Canandaigua Motorsports Park May 18th. His son Troyer, asked me to get that stuff out there early last week, and we did not get a chance to get to it, so I owed that to him too.
Troyer, my favorite junior flagman.
I know, right?
The kid is on point. He doesn't miss a thing.
Hey, I got a question in the chat room. They want to know who the young lady is that's here with us.
Well, if you look at the screen now, it
is
the young
not
lady,
that person.
That's Rich. That's
No.
Rich.
That is Tina. She's been a longtime fan of the show. She's been to a couple
She's
of
a
live
Who are you
events.
kidding? She's
She's
a
a
longtime fan
groupie.
of me.
Oh, well.
That's right. You are a minor celebrity.
She's a groupie.
I didn't know how far I could go with that.
Oh, yeah. I just got to pick on her.
Listen, if John gets a little friendly over there, just smack him.
Oh, I will.
She'll get friendly back. Don't worry.
You hope.
All right.
Boy, man, you got people firing away at you like
I know.
crazy in
I'm
that
loving
live
it.
chat.
This is awesome. And again, I appreciate the support that we're getting, and I just hope people, give us the support. I love all the stuff in the chat room here. Everybody wants to help out, and hey, everything we can get, we'll take. That, and that's the thing. We all do this because we love it. I can tell you this by going through the numbers and everything that I've done. It'll be interesting to see.
So we can go through you now.
Yeah,
To get linked up and get maybe live audio of a race.
I would love to do that, and that's something that.
Or is that one of those things I should shut up about?
No. It's been talked about. Believe me, it's something that I would personally love to do at some point. But the logistics of getting it done, it's a process, and I'm going through that process right now. Like, I've emailed more people this week than I think I ever have in my life, trying to figure out, how do you do this? How do you do that?
Is this going to be full time at some point? Or are you going?
I don't want to. I'm not going to quit my job. That's not going to happen. I got too good of a job to quit it. But summertime, what else I got to do? So
Exactly.
Again, and my goal here is not.
So is this going to force you to cut down on some of your travel?
No. I think it's going to
increase it.
It will increase it. So, I'll be, I'm going to go to as many races as I can. I went to 112 last year. I really don't know how many more I can go to than that.
Well, how many rained out?
There was like 8 or 9,
Right,
so it was. I was humping, man. I was humping. So again, I'm going to try to do a little bit more modified stuff because I know people want that in Central New York. That's the bread and butter. But hey, sprint car stuff's still going to happen, and I'm going to, whether you like it or not, I'm going to force feed it down your throat. So
yeah,
but just get used to it.
I think you come into this step.
You can probably say the same thing about USAC content, right?
Yeah, no,
worse than sprints.
It's not.
You're not funny.
I don't. You know what? USAC,
I'm not laughing.
I don't mind USAC. I enjoyed myself in Florida. We already had that discussion, but one of the things I want to bring up. There was a big discussion last week.
You gonna buy ESS now too?
No, that's a not for profit. I can't. So I already tried. I told Dean, give me a number. But
isn't what you just bought not for profit too?
Yeah, pretty much. It is not for profit. It is not for profit.
Yeah, but not on purpose.
It wasn't designed that way.
Hey,
right?
Dean said for $5 I can buy ESS, but considering no one really owns ESS, I don't even know how that's possible.
He'll still take the $5.
Dean's just trying to get $5 out of your pocket.
He wants to take $5. Dean, how about this? I'll just buy you a beer next time we go out, and we'll call it even, all right, buddy? Because I know that's what you're going to spend it on anyway.
You can write the sale on a napkin.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know something that's funny? You know how I got to be the announcer for ESS?
You bought ESS for a
basically,
beer.
there was a napkin involved, and writing down numbers and how much I wanted and how much he was willing to pay me, and we negotiated through that at the bar having a pizza. It was actually Copper Top Tavern. We had a pizza, so it was pretty good. So, anybody wants to read about the acquisition, you can go to Dirt Track Digest now because it's there. It's on the front page. There's a nice big.
Oh, it is on there?
Yeah, it's a nice big photo of me interviewing Kyle Larson.
Is
I did
that
that
picture
just for
you that showed up at Brewerton?
It is not. No, it's not the big head. No, it is not. It is not. So
that thing is so freaking.
I know it's great, isn't it? Yeah, that's just incriminating.
I
evidence,
love that thing.
But hopefully.
Every time I see that, I laugh my ass off.
It is funny. I will give John Tiff credit for getting that.
That was a good one.
That was, of all the thing that anybody's ever done to me, that by far is the funniest. Like, that is awesome. And that's what I get for letting him take a picture of me, first off. But it's funny. Oh, I didn't. Yeah, you got that right.
You could tell in the picture that he didn't know.
I knew it was being taken. I just didn't know the ramifications of what I was doing at that present time.
You just didn't know his name or anything else that went along with it.
But to get back to your question about all that stuff, we're going to do. I'd like to do some live coverage of races, but again, that's something we have to work out with tracks and all that. And of course, any relationship we can have here with with our show. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting rid of that, so I don't want anybody to think that either. I mean. I hopefully through that we can make this better and make this bigger and we got to beat Upstate Orange.
I'll tell you
damn
what,
it.
This is breaking news.
Yeah, no kidding.
I just got it in my email.
Did you? Yeah, we have a newsletter. We sent out a newsletter. Breaking news. So it's good. That's my announcement. And again, if you got questions, you want to talk to me, send me an email. And I'll have no problem. Yeah, Neil Wilt saying uncensored in turn 3 at Knoxville. Isn't that what my video blog is? I guess it's censored because I cut all the stuff. Well, it's PG. We got to keep it PG.
You can go to PG-13.
No, I don't push it because once it goes to PG-13, it quickly goes to X.
Whenever he does those when he's bringing me along,
I'm like, Thomas, stop swearing.
It's so hard to not swear in those stupid things.
So
drop one for us, John.
What do you want me to say?
No
Swear.
swearing.
Kick us off right. It's a big show.
What do you want me to do that shit for?
There you go.
Exactly.
So,
never heard that word before.
Yeah, I know. It's not as bad as him dropping the F-bomb the one time.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, anyways, getting back to...
reel it in. Bring it back on point.
One of the topics, that came up, and if you are a fan of Facebook and you follow along on Facebook that's been going on, there was an incident at Lincoln Speedway.
By the way, in 10 minutes or so, we're going to have Tana Robinson, Ransomville Speedway, joining us.
Okay, but there was an incident at Lincoln Speedway this week where a slower car got into the race leader, and the race leader happened to go through the fence. If you if you watch it.
Oops.
Now there are some people getting on this person that was the slower car. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, so I'm not going to do that. But and they were talking about the blue and yellow flag. Now I'd like to talk about what do we all think the blue and yellow flag means as
move
people
over, get out of the way.
It's classified.
You call it that.
Well,
what do you
everybody
say?
calls it as the move over flag.
They
But
refer to it as that.
Right,
But
that's what everybody refers
Yields
to.
too faster.
Yeah.
Lead
But-
lap
but
track.
as
No,
you-
basically what it is hold your line.
Yes, right. And Mike mentioned that on the way here tonight.
Right.
We talked a little bit about this. Most generally known, that flag is known as the move over
The move,
flag. But if you're in the driver's meeting and you're a driver and a participant, you know it as you said, hold your line.
right, because you don't know where that
You might-
leader's coming.
Right. If you're all over the place trying to get out of the way, you're just going to mess it up
It's-
worse.
it's way
just
worse.
stay where you
Yep.
have been when you see the flag.
See,
if you're running on the bottom, stay on the bottom.
most of the discussion here is what I've always taken it as: hold your line. Don't move. Like if you're running the bottom, stay on the bottom.
Yeah, because you
know?
have no
Right,
idea
and-
where the cars behind you are coming up from.
And Mike, you've heard, Chris, you've
From
all
behind.
heard. That's funny.
Where they're coming from.
You've all heard a driver's meeting, and basically what they tell you to do is hold your line, don't change your position, keep driving, but don't switch lanes.
Right.
Because that you need to let the leader pick and choose
Yes.
what exactly, or leaders, whatever.
Yes, if the
position.
leader's running
you need to
the
let
bottom,
them pick where they want to be.
you're not going to necessarily know that anyway if it's not a
Right.
race with a
It's-
radio. Just stay. If you're running the bottom as well, make him go around you. That's his responsibility.
Well, it's the leader's responsibility to pass. I mean, at any point, it's your responsibility to pass somebody and make that as clean as possible.
Yep.
And we all know in most race cars, you don't have the time to you're not looking. You're looking
no,
straight
you don't
ahead.
have mirrors or anything like that.
Right. So
There are the races where you have maybe radio contact with your crew chief or whomever.
yeah, and
some
those
races
are different.
have those,
and
but,
those are different animals.
Right.
But normally on
but
the short
most
track,
races
like,
you don't have that option.
no.
Yeah.
And I guess I didn't see the incident, so I can't speak for that particular
Yeah, I didn't
incident.
see any
but
video.
I
I,
mean,
just saw the photos
I
and read about
we
it.
saw the photos. You read Facebook. You know,
Yeah.
and the person that was involved in it was getting
slammed pretty good
ridiculed
on
pretty
the
bad
internet, yeah.
over what happened. And again, there's racing deals, and sometimes things happen. I'm not going to give
did
it.
they hold their line?
I see. Here's the thing. I saw midway through, I saw the car high, and I saw the contact, but I didn't see if
Anything
the
leading
slower
to
car
it.
went in on the bottom. I didn't see that. Like I just happened to look back, and I saw the contact, and I saw the
The
hasta
launching
luego.
of,
Yeah, and of course it was a bad day for me because my guy flipped first lap. Didn't even get to the. He got to the green
Did
flag.
he get to turn one?
He didn't even. No, the car crossed the line in the air about 10 feet above the line. So actually even higher.
dramatic fashion.
Yeah, Greg Hodnett had
When
a
I saw
tough-
your
had a tough day.
tweet, I'm like, oh, he's pissed off.
Oh,
now.
I was pissed. I was pissed.
Went all the way
And
down
you know
there
what's
and
funny
he
is
didn't
like
even make it to turn one.
I'm paying to get in, so I'm there kind of as a fan, and there was contact, and one of my I don't want to say least favorite, but just one of the guys that I've never rooted for was Fred Raymer, because I started going to PA as a fan before I started going as a journalist. So I always liked Hodnett. I always liked the Apple car. That was like my favorite car. I love the Apple car with the big apple on the well. So I rooted for Greg. You couldn't root for. It's like going to Fonda. You couldn't root for Fred. You couldn't root for Lance. So I've always rooted for Greg. Well, the who was the contact between on Saturday. They come. I don't think it was anyone's fault, and I'll say it now. It was racing. They're coming down the front stretch. The track had a ton of bite, so everybody's hopping wheels when they hit the. For crying out loud, if you were following me on Twitter, I sent a photo of it snowing when they're pushing cars out for heating the engines, and there's snow falling. It was awesome.
There was a bunch of pictures floating around.
Yeah.
With the snow.
So by the time they got to the feature, the track still got some bite. So the wheel hop, and I want to say it was Crimes, and then he kind of got shuffled up. Then Raymer got shoved down, and then Greg hopped him, and then Greg went boom, end over end. He got some serious air. If you're friends with Brent Smith on Facebook, he did he got the photo. He got the boom, 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 the action. So he got it very, very well. Unfortunately, that car was junk. If you look at the photo, I don't know if you looked at it, but
No, I didn't see
the
any
whole, I think it was the
his.
left down tube on the sprint car was bent up and back. It was like way out. It was probably a good foot and a half bent up.
Only crash photos I saw was Haas. I didn't see any of Haas.
Yeah. So Hodnett had a bad day. Was it Hunter Mackinson? I think had a bad day too. He flipped, but his was funny. If you read, I believe it was Lenny Sammons this week talked about what happened to him in Ariado. He had the steering box fell in his lap in between turns 3 and 4.
Nice.
Yeah. So at that
Awesome.
point, you're just holding on for the ride. So
Yeah, there's no fixing that.
it was a bad day for a couple of guys in that sense. But that's early season race when the track's heavy like that. It was just so fast. Here's the one thing I didn't get about Lincoln, and I like going to Lincoln, but they set a new 10-lap track record, the heat race record. I think it was 10 laps, whatever the heats are. But I believe it was Fred Raymer turned a new track record, like a lap that was faster than anybody else has ever turned, but they didn't count it because
it was in a heat race.
It was in a heat race.
It wasn't
not
time trials.
Right, and I don't get why that doesn't count.
They always, all forms that keep track of that stuff,
See, I know
they all do that.
I know at Utica when we've done it in the past, you can set it in lap 5 of a heat race. It doesn't.
Like you go out, if you follow, like, just for instance, a lot of the wingless stuff out
Mm-hmm.
on the West Coast, like Paris Auto Speedway, for example. The announcer after every race will give you the time of the race, and you go on their website and they give you all the stats
Right.
for like a single lap, time trial lap,
Mm-hmm.
a 5-lap run of concession,
Mm-hmm.
or succession of 5 laps in a row, a 10-lap heat, whatever it may be. They'll give you the time, whatever the record time is for that amount of laps,
Right.
if it's 5 or 10 or 1.
Right. See, I get that, but I'm like, a fastest lap is a fastest lap.
Doesn't
I
matter
can
when
understand
when you turn it.
Personally, I can understand if it's done in hot laps, it doesn't count because you're not racing.
Right.
But once it's racing conditions, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter if it's a time trial, if it's a heat race, if it's a feature.
The
If you turn the
NHRA.
fastest lap, it's the fastest lap, right?
The NHRA, regardless of when you set it, you also have to go through and then you have to back it up.
Well, you got to
In order for
remember
it to stand. You have to.
What do you mean? You got to do it again?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty
Really?
much. Yeah.
The thing you got to keep in mind
Gotta
is
verify it.
where it's official because of time trials is you only get the 2 laps or 1 lap, whatever the time
Right.
trial is. Your tires don't get that hot. If you're running a 10-lap heat race and you run your quickest lap on lap 8, it's because you got a lot more heat in the tires. You get quicker generally as the
Right.
tires heat up.
Well, and the track may
So it's
come
going
around a
to be
little
different.
or-
Because
Yeah, oh,
typically as the tires build air pressure and get heat in them, you're going to get quicker to a certain extent, and then they start dropping off.
Right. Or build up momentum, as some say here too. Yeah, and that's true with with 360s or anything like that. You definitely it's definitely
you get
momentum.
that thing wound up and you get in a rhythm for 8 laps in a row. By the 7th, 8th lap, you should have a pretty good rhythm going, and you could
Unless
quick
you
off,
drive the DS50.
click off some real quick laps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's where time trials are really
We've
tricky.
almost been completely.
Yeah, I
avoided
know,
that.
but I still think to me the fastest lap is the fastest lap. I don't care when they do it.
Yeah,
It shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't
matter
because
to me.
if you're going to
I get your point.
qualify it there, why not qualify? You run in April, you run the fastest lap, set a track record. It's obviously going to be a little bit heavier of a track than let's
than
say
July or August.
mid-July or August or the second
Right.
half of the season after
And
the
more
track's
than likely
kinda
you're not.
whooped.
Well, you know what's funny? Utica's was, I want to say it was the Richie Evans night. I believe Zoo Panel backed me up on this. But it was stupid fast because they had a rain delay. So then they grinded the track, used the tillers on the track. And then Jimmy Davis went out and set a new track record in the B main. And then Decker went out and sent a new one in the feature. Like, it was that fast. It was just hammered down, just all out. It was awesome.
Yeah, and it shouldn't make a difference when it's done. The condition it's run, or it shouldn't make a difference. And only because if you're going to start qualifying 1 lap here or 1 lap there, you have to you have to add all the qualifiers in if you're going to do that.
All right, Zoopy said I was right, so I'll take it. I'll take it. If he says I'm right, I'm right.
You must be right.
I'm right. So, hey, what do you think? We got 2 minutes. Somebody want to get on the horn there?
Yeah, we should get 10 on the line. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody. We got 27 people watching live tonight, and
Nice.
we ended up going over 100. We were just about up to 150 live last week.
Not
I
bad.
think is what that
Nice.
that sheet said, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's awesome.
That is awesome. You know why we got a little pause here? I'm going to do the winners just so we got them.
Yeah, go for
Get that out of the way here. We'll start with, let's see, if you want to go ASCS National Sprints in Arizona, Jason Johnson.
Yeah.
No, one of both. Gulf South Sprints in Texas. That was Alan Cole Hankin and Aaron Rutzel. Anybody care about the Grand Am race?
Well, yeah.
Grand Am race.
Yeah. Grand
Oh
Am.
yeah, I watched
John
it.
Fogarty and Alex Gurney.
Yes,
Lincoln Speedway.
I watched it. It was actually exciting at the end.
Congratulations to Jimmy Siegel. I think the quote of the day for me was Jimmy Siegel in Victory Lane when he goes, "If I ever did that, my dad would have put a boot up my ass." Talking about the lap car and getting having an incident there. It was pretty funny. I mean, he was a ways back when it happened, so he wasn't right up there, when it happened. Going on to the Sprint Cup stuff. We'll go to USAC in Arizona. Brian Clausen,
Yep.
shocker, and the CRA Sprints. Western Midgets, Brian Clausen. And then Saturday, R.J. Johnson and West Midgets, Brian Clausen. Now, is Clausen driving?
Clausen won both the midget races and then the one night.
Is
in the
he
sprint.
running? Is it Tony Stewart's midget too that he's running?
No, That's his. The BCI.
Oh, okay. All right. I
Brian
wasn't
Clausen
sure.
and Corey Tucker Racing. 39
Right,
midget.
and then we've got a K&N West Series race at Phoenix, which is won by Greg Pursley. The Nationwide Series race went to Kyle Busch, and then the Sprint Cup Series race went to Carl Edwards. And I have to admit, even all the complaining I did last week, I ended up watching part of the race, unfortunately. I tried my damnedest to find something better to do.
It was awful.
Oh, so bad. And I want to get into it after we go through the break, or not the break here, but the conversation with Tana about Denny Hamlin and what he said after the race.
I don't know what he said.
And he made a comment about the Gen 6 cars being worse than the Gen 5 cars.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only one. He was the only one who got caught.
And he said it. And so I'll read you a couple of the quotes of things that he said, which was pretty entertaining. And he got fined. And then he said, whatever. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I don't want to go for it now.
Clausen was not driving the Tony Stewart 20 in the sprint.
Oh, he wasn't?
Sprints there. No, he was driving somebody else's car.
Okay. So he still had a pretty damn good weekend driving somebody else's car.
Yeah.
So that's good. So that's that. I mean, racing's starting to pick up. I know this weekend, me personally, I'll be at the show Friday night. Going to go down and see, check on the setup and things like that. Saturday, though, my plan right now is to be at Lincoln on Saturday, and Sunday I'm going to be at Sealands Grove for the 410s. So anybody that is a fan of the 410s, that is where I am going to be.
I'll be there on Saturday. Milling around all day.
Yeah. Okay, so new track record. Zupan's corrected me. That was the old record that Decker set, but now the new track record is set at 17.989 by Tim Fuller on April 25th, 2010. Thank you, Zupan. I appreciate it.
What is he? Your resident? What
Whenever,
do you call him?
Here's what he's
the official
resident
statistician.
official statistician of the 31st lap. Hey, and maybe if Zupi gets some motivation, I can make him the official statistician of Dirt Track Digest. Him and Bob Miller can go to town. We can have a good time. So it'll be pretty awesome. All right. So
nice.
We're good? All right. Well, joining us on the phone now is our good friend Tana Robinson from Ransomville Speedway. And Tana, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
good.
We're doing spectacular. It's racing season is upon us, and I know for most of us that can't come soon enough.
Oh, no kidding. I really need it to warm up soon. I went to the racetrack today, and what a muddy mess.
Yeah, but you guys like that, don't you? I mean, you guys run the Hangover
I
every
know,
year,
right?
so you guys love the mud out there.
I know, but, it'd be nice if it started to dry out now so I don't destroy my shoes every time I go to the track.
What are those mud boots that I know the high school girls all wear these boots like up to their freaking knees whenever it rains?
Well,
rain boots.
They wear them in the summertime too.
Yeah, I
What's
don't
up
know
with that?
But they obviously don't go to the dirt track with those, though.
No,
love
and I
boots.
don't advise it.
Right up there.
Is there a chance you're going to end up leaving it at the dirt track?
It's a good possibility. We have found stranger things.
I gotta imagine after that enduro, you find some pretty strange things.
Yeah.
Find them. It's all still there. It's a lot of leftovers. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Lots of cleanup to be done.
Yeah. Before we get to the new stuff for this year and what you guys got going on out there at Ransomville, talk a little bit about that hangover event. It seems like every year, you guys do an excellent job with that, and you get great crowds and you get great car counts.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. The way it started out, we literally were at our end of the season banquet. And one of the local guys who builds a lot of chassis, his name's Lauren Fish, he came up to me and he's like, "What are you doing on New Year's Day?" I'm like, "I don't know." And he says, "Would you like to work?" I'm like, "Sure, what are we going to do?" He says, "Let's do an enduro. Let's talk the Friesens into it." I'm like, "I'm game. What the heck? Why not?" I'm not a college football person, so I'm all for doing something else. So anyway, we talked to the Friesens, like, "Yeah, let's do it." Now, that banquet was probably in November, so literally less than 2 months. Threw it together. We had, I think, 42 cars for the opener, maybe 100 people in the grandstands. 13 years later, we're still going strong. It's probably one of our biggest crowds of the year. Yeah. It would be right up there with the Summer Nationals crowd.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured too.
Yeah, I know
you do very well.
Yeah, I've been out there to it before, and it was a good time. I had fun. It's been a few years ago, but it was. I went, and it was, there was cars on fire. Everything that could possibly happen happened, and it was awesome.
I think I remember that year. There was a fire in all four corners.
Yeah.
We're like, this is not good.
Yeah.
So the next year
That's
they altered the
perfect.
rules just a little bit. We want a hole in the hood so that we can do some firefighting if necessary. And we haven't had bad fires like that since then. But
you know what?
It was all a learning thing, too, okay?
Yep.
Something new, and as you go along. We've made changes throughout the year to make it safer, make it more enjoyable, a lot more fun. The one thing I think is that the key to bringing people out is $5 admission. I mean, you cannot beat that.
Yep.
And if you're coming for, a half an hour or the full 2.5 to 3 hour show that it is, for $5, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of people. This year was great. The weather really cooperated. First time in 3 years. The last 2 years we had to postpone. But this year the weather was awesome. We had people arriving on four-wheelers, snowmobiles, of course, normal vehicles, and it was a cool thing to be a part of. I love racing, of course, and like to be a part of any show, but that one's fun. Even though it's a lot of work for us, we still all enjoy it very much so.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't gone out to that event, and that's definitely one event I would say to get to. It's one of those bucket list things. I know that
it's been on my bucket list. For
I had to
years.
go. I had to go because that's all you hear about New Year's Day is Ransomville's Hangover.
Yeah.
That is like the talk of the racing community is that race. But Tana, we'll change it up here a little bit. We'll get to the current season now. How are things going? I know your schedule's out. You guys got a lot of big events highlighting 2013.
Yeah, we're excited. We're always excited. 1 year doesn't make any difference than the other. We are always excited for the season to get going. And, every year with every racetrack, you try and tweak your schedule to make it just a little bit better than it was the year before. And we've done that in a couple of our bigger events. Our Battle at the Border is going to be on July 3rd this year. It's a Wednesday, a midweek event again. But it's going to be a twin dirt series event this year, which we think is going to really bring the cars in. It'll be the 358 dirt car series, but we're also going to bring in the Sportsman dirt car series this year. So we're pretty excited about that. We think we're going to have a lot of travelers, big car counts for both divisions, and it's $5,000 to win. So it's not a bad payday either for the 358. And then our Summer Nationals, this will be the 29th Alex Friesen Summer Nationals this year, and the boys got together and decided to make it $13,000 to win. So that's pretty big. That's going to be on August 16th. It's a Friday night. We have worked with Brewerton. They are absolutely wonderful to deal with and work with us. They are giving their modifieds that night off again this year. This will be the third year in a row to allow their guys to chase the money.
Good deal. That's good.
So, yeah, that's really exciting. It's good because we can say to our fans, hey, listen, you're going to see these top guys that you don't get to see on a regular basis in Western New York, and they're going to come in and challenge our very stout 358 class. We are really, really pleased with our guys. They're all pretty equal, We've got a ton of talent, and on any given Friday, I can name 10 guys that could easily pick up the feature win, and that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah, that's always what you want when you go to a track. You don't want to have that one dominant guy that you know is going to win every week, and you guys definitely have that. I know I get your results every week, and I retweet them whenever I can get somebody from out in your neck of the woods to do them. And speaking of social media, you're definitely one of the the PR people in this business that knows how to use social media. I think every time I look on my Facebook, I see something from you or from Ransomville Speedway.
Yep.
Now, there might be a little bit of a sickness involved as well. I live and breathe the Speedway. I really do. It's in my every thought. It consumes my life, but in a good way. I mean, I really enjoy it. I often think how lucky I am to be able to go to work and enjoy my job, and that's just such a bonus. And like I said, I'm always thinking it. I'm always breathing it. And every time something good happens for the Speedway, I think it's important to put it out there in social media. Not only is it kind of keeping people informed, but it's reminding people constantly that we're here.
Yep.
Ransomville Speedway's here. You need to take in a show. You need to come out and see us. And we try really hard to, I probably have a post a day just about on the Speedway saying something.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what you got to do. Now, do you guys I don't know, do you have a Twitter feed or not? Like, I have Twitter followers, but I don't know. I follow some people on Twitter, but I don't know exactly who has Twitter, who doesn't. If you have one, what is it? Where can people follow along if you have that? And again, if not, what's the Facebook page and all that?
Well, the Facebook page is Ransomville Speedway. That's the name of it, and it's a likes page. We had maxed out our first friends page a couple years ago at 5,000 members, and I was new to the whole Facebook thing, so I didn't really know much how to do it. So I went with the typical friends page. Started a second one. We were very close to maxing that at the end of last season, and I said, okay, this is becoming too much for me to update my own in both Ransomville pages it was really very time consuming. So we shut down the Two Friends page and went to a likes only page. So, all the information's there, but it's a lot easier for me to just have to update the one Ransomville Speedway page rather than two. Jeff Anstead, our webmaster, and our race director, he does the tweeting. He does Twitter. I am sad to say I haven't really caught on to the whole Twitter thing yet. I'm starting to work on it.
I love it.
He does do updates. Yeah, he does do updates for us, and that's the Ransomville Speedway is the name there as well.
Now you got to get with the Twitter. I mean, I love the Twitter. That is,
I know.
I
People
love
keep
tweeting.
telling me that, and I don't know. I love Facebook. I really enjoy Facebook, but I do need to get with the Twitter because I realize there's a lot of people out there that utilize that, and that's an audience we need to be able to grab hold of. Those are people we need to be able to reach. And like I said, Jeff does a lot of it for us, and he does a great job at it.
Yeah, the Twitter for me is I'm a Twitter guy over Facebook. I know it's either it seems like you like one or the other. I love Twitter. It is my thing. I love tweeting. I love retweeting results. That's my favorite part about it. Like I want to know who won everywhere every night. So Twitter, it gives me that option.
You're not alone, Tana. I have a Twitter account, but I only have a few people that I follow just to get race results. I don't know how to tweet. I've tried to tweet and it doesn't ever work. So I haven't figured it out either.
Jeff put it on my phone so that I could do Ransomville's as well, and I don't know what happened when he did that, but it shut my phone down and it went into safe mode. So I've been very reluctant to have that added back on. Like, I have my own Twitter on my phone, but he somehow added the Ransomville one, and like I said, my phone went haywire. Now, maybe it was coincidence, I'm not sure, but I was just really afraid to do it again. I have a new phone now. I'll probably have Jeff add that here in the next month or so that I can do some tweeting on race night and try and keep people informed and get people off the couches and out to the racetrack.
Yeah.
You know, one of the debates we've had on here, and you're someone we can ask this question to, is we always talk about, do tracks need a website anymore, or is the Facebook enough? What is your opinion on that? Do you need the RansomvilleSpeedway.com and the Facebook, or can you just go with the Facebook now and our track website's becoming obsolete? Because we always chat about this on here.
I personally do not feel that we need to get rid of websites at all. I feel very strong about ours. You've got all your rules on there, your points, your rosters. There's so much information on a website. Somebody calls us up, where can I get the rules? Go on RansomvilleSpeedway.com. We have a separate go-kart area for our go-kart program. We have links to all of our sponsors. You can go to our links page and you can hit any of our sponsors that have a website. You can get to them right through ours. I think the website offers a lot of stuff that Facebook doesn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And both Facebook can't. So we get over 100,000 hits a year on our website. So it definitely is, for us, I think it's here to stay.
Yeah,
that's good.
I agree with her because
the
websites are much easier to navigate through to get your information,
right.
Whether it be a schedule or whatever. It's a lot harder to navigate through that stuff if it is even on a Facebook page. But you bring up a good point, Mike. A lot of tracks I've noticed now are getting rid of their actual website and putting them on Facebook and leaving it there.
That night that it was just Mike and I, we talked about this, and I was really leaning towards you can get rid of your .com and be safe with that. And since now the last 2 weeks, I've been going through and revamping completely SmashedEmpireFilms.com, and I'll tell you, I agree with Mike. You need to have that website because there's so much more I can do with that website going in and doing that than just writing it out on Facebook.
Right, because you're like Tana said, you're limited with what you can do on Facebook.
Right. Now, Tana, what's your plans for this weekend? I'm assuming you're going to be down at the car show having some fun?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually headed that direction tonight. Going to spend the night in Central New York, get up and go to the fairgrounds tomorrow morning, get everything set up, enjoy a nice relaxing night tomorrow night. Hopefully do some socializing with people, we only get to see at race events, and then I'll get at it on Saturday and go promote Ransomville Speedway.
Nice.
Yeah, I know, and if you look for, again, be sure you head out to the show this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, the Gator Motorsports Expo. I, unfortunately, won't be there. I'll be at the racetrack. I've preordained that I need to go to the races every weekend, but...
we got a live show there, 11:30 from the Gator Racing News booth at the Gator Racing News Motorsports Expo.
On Tana, Sunday, right?
Yeah, and always feel free to stop by there, Tana, and chat with us. That's what we love about our live shows at the shows. We just kind
of wing it. Anybody that's going by,
anybody comes up, come on up and have some fun. So if you want to talk again, feel free.
Oh, I'd love to anytime, and maybe I'll see you guys then Saturday. I keep wanting to say tomorrow, but
It's Sunday.
Saturday.
I'll be there.
I will be there tomorrow too, so I'm going to help Dino set up for ESS. But
I'll be there all day Saturday. I'll stop by and see you.
yeah, and make sure we want to give you one more chance to get your website, your Facebook, all that out one more time. We always like drivers tell their sponsors and their Twitter and all that. So give us all your social media information one more time. Get it out there so if people are missing something or want to see something, and give us your opening day and everything like that.
Okay. Well, of course, everything that you need to know can be found at RansomvilleSpeedway.com. We also have the Facebook page, Ransomville Speedway. It's just a likes page, and it does everything I put on the website. Also gets plugged on Facebook as well as in regards to news and updates. Our opening day is going to be May 3rd. We're very excited. We can't wait for the season to get here. You can always reach us at our phone number, 716-791-3602, and to tell you how bad I have it, the racetrack phones are forwarded to my cell. Unless you're calling at a ridiculous time, I most likely am going to answer your call and try very hard to answer your question.
So if I'm debating with somebody at 1 o'clock in the morning that a race is on a certain date at Ransomville Speedway, it's okay to call your cell, you're saying?
Let me see. The next couple nights I'll probably still be up, but
Okay.
normally no. I try to stick between 9 and 9.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep that in mind then. If we're having a debate in the middle of the night, I'll save it for the morning.
All right, please do that.
Well, Tana, thanks for coming on. We appreciate your time, and good luck to you this year at Ransomville Speedway, and hopefully we'll get out there and we'll have a chance to check out some racing action.
That would be awesome, and thanks for the invite, guys.
Tana-
We'll see you this weekend.
Tana, before you head out, I just wanted to give you a thanks for donating the family pass to the Fantasy League for the second year in a row. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right.
Have a great night.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice.
I tell you, we created some real lively chatter here in the live
What do
feed.
you got going on?
Well, they're debating. Well, Craig
Among our
Ravel's
30
in there.
viewers.
Yeah, Craig Ravel is in there. He's like, hey, you need a website. Well, of course, Craig.
Well, yeah. That goes without saying.
Sorry,
right?
Craig, got to throw you under the bus there, buddy. No, and I agree with it.
I do too.
You need a website. Chris and I, we had this discussion. I said, you need it because, again, the
I
nitty-gritty of it.
then.
Right.
I absolutely disagreed.
Yep.
Vehemently disagreed. And as I got going through and renovating and updating my website, I realized that this is something that I have to maintain the web presence beyond. Facebook was working, but having Facebook work in conjunction with a website where you can have instant access in addition to more widespread content, you have to have that website. You have to have that .com web presence beyond just social media. Social media is exactly that. It's a good social tool to keep people informed of new stuff immediately, but it's definitely not where you can get press releases and easy information.
Right. Facebook is great and perfect because it's a free platform.
Quick results.
You can get it out there instantly, and people will see it. Bang, bang, bang. Whereas the website, you're limited to whoever goes to look at it. But you can do a lot more with the website. Things you can't do with Facebook.
Yeah, I hate Facebook's wall. Like, personally, I hate looking at my own wall. Irritates me.
Well, just wait; they'll change it again.
Well,
they're supposed to.
Every time you get comfortable with the platform and how it looks.
Well, that's what happens
They
when
change
it goes
it.
public and it's not a...
Isn't that how computer systems work?
Yeah.
Isn't that universal?
I've found that since we've gotten the Twitter account for this show, I've very much quit using my Facebook account.
Have you? I don't use my Facebook other than to say that I'm I'm going to the races
Gone
here.
racing.
Gone
Talk
racing.
to you Monday.
If you want live updates, follow at DTD Mike on Twitter. By the way, By the way, I got to get this plug in. I'm 17 people away from 1,500. Now, we're slowly pecking away. I haven't gone any, there's not a lot of races going on. But when I get to the more races, obviously I pick up more people. But 17 away. 17 away.
So we need 17 by next Friday.
Right. I need 17 by next Friday because you're going to get a free Fantasy League team in Balmus's deal. You're going to get 2 passes to the ESS show at Brewerton Speedway on July 3rd. Right? I believe that's Thursday, July the 3rd. Right? I'm right on that. You're going to get, or is that July 4th? That actually would be July 4th. I've done so many dates today, like going through things, looking at things, like where I'm gonna go, where I need to be. I'm like my brain's like melting right now.
He doesn't even know he's here.
No, I know. Like it's like, what responsibilities do I have on these dates? And
You're gonna need 18 now. Craig just quit following you due to
Oh, did he? Yeah. Because I was making fun of websites. That's even better. I haven't had a defriend in a long time, so feel free. I deserve it every now and then, or all the time. I'm okay with it. Hold on, I got the ESS schedule right here. Thursday, July the 4th. There we go. We kick off July 3rd at Rolling Wheels. So 2 passes to July 4th show at Brewerton Speedway, a Lucas Oil T-shirt from ESS, and, of course, I'm going to get you into one regular show on a Sunday night out at the Utica Rome Speedway as part of the deal. So a lot of big things there, a lot of big prizes. So, again, 18 away, and I'm sure people are just waiting anxiously for it
19
to get close.
now. I'm defriending you so I can jump back on.
So a lot of good things there. But, again, if you don't get it in, if I don't make it by Selinsgrove that first weekend, obviously Bombas' prize, you're going to lose out on that. But the other stuff still stands once we get to 1,500. So at DTD Mike, and I'm going to keep hammering that too because we're going to try to incorporate that a little bit more into the website too.
It's race season too, so it's time to start really chasing the DTD.
Yeah,
Mike.
well, listen, I'll be race chasing here. I did get my baseball schedule today. Let me tell you, my game's Tuesdays, Thursdays, so there might be a little gap in there where I'm going to be.
Where you gonna be
your
attending
baby,
like Rich Post?
Your baby's new birthday?
Yeah, and no, it
for
won't
the
be a birthday.
72nd time.
No, you know what sucks too? I was looking at the schedule. I'm like, every away game I have is like Thursday. I'm like, seriously? So I got to ride on a bus.
You don't even have a prayer.
No, I don't, of making it back. So I'm gonna do my best, but we'll see. We'll see how that all that goes down. So
we are weekly. Starting last week, we are weekly.
We are weekly.
So
I will
we'll
do
be
my
here.
best to be weekly
We will
as
find
well.
somebody here to hang out with us.
Yeah, hey.
No, I took my winter off, so
Yeah, you're good, right? You're
Yeah, that's no
rejuvenated.
for a while. Yeah.
She took winter off. That is
See, he takes winter off. I take summer off. We kind of work it out. We
it's a good
give and
deal.
take. We give and take here. So
We can't have this many idiots in studio too often. We've got to limit the stupidity.
the
on
collective
occasion.
intelligence vacuum could cause this whole building to implode.
I'm surprised you didn't take this week off.
I thought about it
because it's my birthday.
I
you
thought
might as well
about
take
it.
this week off.
I thought, you know what? It's got to be
It is your
Bombas'
birthday?
birthday.
Saturday.
Oh, good for you.
No, not really.
Bombas is
I'm
getting
just
old.
getting
I'm
another
staying
freaking
home.
year older. It's really
What
not
are you
that
now?
good.
48? 49?
Yeah, whatever.
4 years younger than my kid.
I know. The kids caught me.
Kid's 52. What are you slowing down for?
He was born in 2009. He's freaking 52 years old.
oh man.
Oh, it's going to hell in a handbasket fast.
Sweet. I just got another follow. Somebody wants to know why Tina doesn't have a mic.
We're scared.
No, here's the thing.
Tina didn't really want one. I don't think.
No. Hey, listen. We realized that we have too much of a male presence, and we needed some eye candy on the show. So I begged and pleaded Tina to come to give the gentleman out there something to look at because they all don't want to look at three fat bald guys in Marquardt over there.
3 fat bald guys in Marquardt.
What makes you think she wanted to?
That's the second rehash of the 31st
We're not doing
lap.
it for her. She's doing it for our followers, for them.
What just happened there?
So what? What happened?
I don't know. I just lost everything.
Somebody just put PKO stick their
We're
name
good.
on. Says Tina equal finger like eye candy.
Hey, Pico stick.
Yeah,
Lakes
Pico
is-
stick.
yeah.
I love it.
Finger Lakes is plural.
Good grief.
Ken says he wants more Obamas, so I think you should give him what he
The
wants.
hell is wrong with Ken?
Ken had a stroke earlier because he agreed with John.
Yeah, I know. He almost lost it.
How's he doing? Does he have coverage
That
in the
might have been-
hospital?
He should agree with me.
All right, so let's get back to actually something on topic.
Yeah.
here.
Are we going to set a timer tonight?
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm gonna quote.
I thought we were keeping this one short.
Yeah, we are. But we got the thing on Denny Hamlin. I want to talk about.
Okay.
What's her Lee Spencer on FoxSports.com. Basically, what's happened? Let me see if I can find the actual quote. Well, here's what happened. Hamlin was penalized $25,000 Thursday for something he said after Phoenix. Okay.
He was fined.
Yeah, he was fined for something he said, and it related to the Gen 6 car. And basically, he said the Gen 5 car is better. And this is what he said in response to his fine. The truth is what it is, and I don't believe in this. I'm never going to believe in it. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to pay the fine. If they suspend me, they suspend me. I don't care at this point. It is my opinion, and it's not even a bad one. I've got to be careful because I don't want to make things worse than they already are, and this is something that was absolutely nothing that got blown into something, and it's just going to be worse for them, so let them deal with it.
Guaranteed, he
Yeah.
pays that fine.
Oh, we'll see.
It isn't gonna go away because fines never go away.
No.
So once in a blue moon, they might get reduced, but they don't go away. So
Right.
he'll still be paying a fine.
He might not
And
pay
He
it.
may not pay it, but he may never run in
It-
NASCAR again.
It will
No,
get paid.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
He may not pay it out of pocket, but next time
Somebody
he
will
crosses the
pay it.
finish line,
They'll
that
take
check
care
will
of
be
it.
like,
It will get paid.
Well, Neil,
Because FedEx will sit his ass down and say, "You're paying
Paid
the
it,
fine
right.
because you're,
look, they're not
he's
going to
be
park Denny Hamlin.
he's- yeah.
NASCAR
No.
is
He's
not
not
going to
park himself.
You can't. Now, here's what's funny. Neil Wilt said, well, they got to pay for the fence at Daytona somehow. So,
I think I agree with Hamlin's stance. I mean, it is his opinion. He does have the freedom of speech.
Oh
And
yeah,
God forbid
Absolutely.
NASCAR have ever done
They-
anything
they-
wrong or that wasn't working out.
they
the way
control
wanted
you
to.
nowadays. That's
yeah,
all
I
there
mean,
is to
it's.
it. You're like a puppet now.
Well, and
Well,
on
what's
that,
the thing? I mean, why can't we let these guys say what they want to say? Because
You let
we've
'em.
all learned good press, bad press. It's all press.
Yeah,
right? Well, that you take the gloves off of them. You say, let the boys have at it, and
Right.
you let them hash it out on the track. But if they open their mouth and speak slightly, out of NASCAR favor, damn,
Yeah, you can-
$25,000
you
fine.
can kill each other on the
Right,
racetrack,
it's
but you
okay
can't
to-
tell Mike Helton that your car sucks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
okay to stuff somebody in the wall at 160 miles an
Yeah,
hour,
and-
but your car sucks. We're going to fine you $25,000.
I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, again,
Maybe the driver should start fining NASCAR for doing stupid things.
well, it was like after the incident there at Daytona, they were trying to stop all the video from being put up on YouTube. Like,
You
they-
can't.
I
Good
mean,
luck
it
with
was
that.
like,
You never keep up with
I mean,
it.
but that's what-
with
I mean-
today's social media stuff.
I mean, NASCAR's trying to be like the Gestapo or something, trying to stop
You know,
everybody from doing anything.
Sporting events, they never let you in like arenas or stadiums and things with recording equipment. It's been going on for years and years and years. Nowadays, they can't control that anymore because people have recording devices right in their damn
they
phones
can't
now.
take, they
Yeah,
can't take
you
the phone away
you
from you.
can't control that anymore like you used to be able to.
They can try like hell, though.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they're not
again,
gonna.
but you're not gonna stop it. I mean, you can't stop
No.
anything from happening. I mean, anybody can take in video of anything they
Mhm.
want
Right.
when you want, because now again, your phone is not even a phone. Your Palm Pilot or your
Yeah, nobody uses it as a
your
phone
computer
anymore.
here does everything you needed to
Yes.
do. Includes edit video and whatever else, and sound and everything else. So,
Yeah.
I mean, and as soon as something happens, I mean, no matter what track you're at, it is instantaneously. I mean, let's think back to Orange County a couple of years ago when Stuart Friesen had the discrepancy of where he was, and he
Yeah, when
he
he sat on the roof.
sat on the roof of the
That
car in
was
the front stretch.
out so fast.
I had that on Twitter as it was happening. I mean,
Yeah.
instantaneous. I mean, you can't stop anything. I mean, how many pictures of the motor sitting in the fence did we see? Like
Oh,
a
Jesus.
million.
We're still seeing
From
it.
a
Yeah.
million
It's
different
been,
angles.
It's been 2
Right.
weeks. We're still
Right.
seeing it.
So I mean, it's impossible to stop. You can find guys, you can do whatever you want, but
And I'll be honest with you, besides the fact that the NASCAR races have all sucked
Yeah.
this year,
I'm so glad I got Sealand's
that's,
good.
The cup
that's part of
side, anyway.
From the
it
cup
sucked.
side, that's the part of NASCAR that I despise. Is their overall big brother type attitude towards dealing with their people
I mean,
in the
that-
organization.
I'm not a Hamlin fan at all. I don't like that
No,
guy.
I'm not a Denny
But
Hamlin
in this
fan
case, I'm
either.
going to take his side because
Absolutely.
Sunday's race was awful. There was not one pass
exactly
under
what it was.
green for the lead. The only changing of the lead was either on a restart
Or
or the
pit road.
shuffling off of pit stops under yellow and stuff.
Yeah,
there wasn't any green
A
flag
lot
pit
of it,
stops.
it all goes back to Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s death and the big push for safety. And they've started playing with the cars.
Yeah.
Well, the cars are turning out to be very safe.
Which they should
now,
be.
and they should be. I
That's-
mean,
yeah.
that's
That's a
absolutely
great
was a necessity.
They've accomplished that.
But there's a limit. You got to stop, and you've got to put some kind of performance back in the car so that the teams can make the car different.
It's all aero.
So
it's,
you see
it's glued to
passing.
the ground.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
You got to
they've
get rid of
developed
the aero packages.
They've developed NAPCAR.
The
Yeah,
spoiler,
that's what
the
it is.
spoilers got to go.
I mean, that's why I was yawning, because that's pretty much what it is at this point.
And I'll be honest with you, every time, even the Daytona 500, I fell asleep on the couch.
Sunday's race was after I thought Daytona 500 was the worst Daytona 500 I've ever seen, and Sunday's race was dreadful.
Was worse.
It was terrible.
John, I fell asleep and missed 100 some odd laps, and I didn't know the difference.
No,
It was like I closed my eyes to
Sunday,
blink and opened them
There were
again.
a lot of different leaders Sunday, but it was only because there was a lot of yellows and there was a lot of different pit strategies.
Right.
Whenever they pitted, There was somebody else as a leader. And when that leader took off under green, you couldn't pass him. Not one pass under green flag conditions for the lead.
Nope.
The entire race.
My son has just kicked off his choo-choo train kick, and he loves NASCAR now.
Right.
Absolutely loves it.
All right, we're done. We're done with NASCAR
Have we
now.
beat this one now?
Yeah, we're done.
What do you want to do now?
I like the debate that's going on in the chat room. It's something that, yes, and my drink is empty if someone said I need a refill. But the debate is, well, women in racing, right? And the talent level. And we talked about Danica last week, whether she has talent or not, whatever. I mean, that's open for discussion all night long. But
we don't need to rehash
we
that.
don't need to rehash that. But now that the interesting thing that they're going on is because somebody couldn't make it, because there's certain dirt guys that didn't make it in NASCAR, does that make them not as talented? That's an interesting debate.
No, it doesn't diminish them at all.
No, Timmy McCready.
None whatsoever. And Tim McCready is another example that I didn't bring up. You're right. I didn't.
He didn't make it because he never had the money to do it.
Didn't have the financial backing.
Richard Childress gave him like 4 or 5 races or whatever to run, and that was the deal. He had to bring money.
But there's examples I was making of other people coming from outside of NASCAR and going into NASCAR and not being able to excel in it. One of the names that came up was J.G. Gailey. You've got the Blaneys. You've got Scott Pruitt, Scott Speed, Steve Kinzer.
And
these guys were successful guys before they came into it. And there's people within NASCAR that have continued to struggle, that are perpetually not strong runners. I mean, I think Mike Wallace is a fairly good example of that. He has not done anything at the top tier of NASCAR. And for Danica to come up through the ranks, she's got a top tier ride. Tony Stewart basically would not have her in the car if he didn't think that she was able to perform at that level.
Yeah, I mean, we beat it to death last week, but I mean, I don't think you can judge someone's success in one of the higher levels like this or their ability on how good of a driver they are or not. Because, I mean, we've seen so many guys that are exceptional on dirt and they suck on pavement. And they're just terrible. But
a lot of it depends on the situation they get thrown into, too.
Right. And you see the other side of it, though. Guys that have raced pavement their whole life try racing a dirt car, and they're just horrendous. I mean, I think it takes a
David Ruderman is a classic example of that.
Right.
I've seen that dude race at Brewerton in a modified with his old man before he ever went asphalt racing.
Right.
And he couldn't drive air up a pig's ass. He was terrible. He went to pavement many years down the road as he got older.
And he was
moved to Florida, went back to Florida, got on pavement, and he was very, very good. That dude is suited for pavement
racing.
Right.
And that's where he stuck with what he knows best.
I mean, I think you have to be a special talent, to be good on both. We look at Larson. The Larson kid, he can drive. He's good on both.
It doesn't matter what he does.
Right. He's got talent. You look at Tony Stewart. He has talent. The guy can run either one.
Anything.
Jeff Gordon, Casey Kane. There's a lot of people
there's a few guys that have come through that dirt ranks. They've been exceptional, and then they've gotten into the pavement, and it's just like there's a switch there.
Just clicks.
They're talented no matter what.
But
and
they all possess a superstar, a Hollywood movie star type quality.
Once they get there.
Once they get there, that blossoms, and that's what I like in the NASCAR too. You can have talent and not make it.
Right.
But if you have talent, you have financial backing, and you have that movie star type quality where you're ready. You're there. I mean, that is the difference between you making it or not making it.
If you can sell a sponsor, I mean, if you're a guy that can come in and sell a sponsor, I mean, come on, we know there's guys that have no talent that still drive race cars.
Correct.
Just because, I like to use this quote all the time, just because you have money doesn't mean you're a race car driver. Or just because you can afford to be a race car driver doesn't make you one.
Paul Menard.
Yeah, he's won a race, hasn't he?
Right. Jimmy Johnson is another really classic example
he ran
of
trucks,
of
right?
stuff. No.
He ran off-road trucks.
He ran off-road trucks.
Right, that's what I'm
and he
saying.
was very good at that. He was a champion at off-road trucks. He decided that he wanted to go do some pavement racing to have the opportunity one day to get into NASCAR. So he went ASA racing back when ASA was a real series.
Right. Bob Seneca and Mike Eddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Tim Steele.
Exactly.
All right, now
Jimmy Johnson was solid in that.
Right.
He won a couple of races here and there. He was okay. Well, then he got the opportunity with his ASA team to go bush racing. They took the whole team and went to the Busch Series, and he was okay. Never won a race. Did not win a nation or / Busch race at that time. And Jeff Gordon goes to Rick Hendrick and talks him into putting him in that car, and everybody's like, "Why in the hell are you doing that?" And now look now he's a 5-time champion.
Right.
Who'd have thunk it?
Right.
He found his niche, and that was a cup car.
Right. Now
He was not very good before that.
We've got a question in the chat room for Tina. Okay, so
boy.
pass it over. This is what the fans want. I'm giving them what they want. You got to talk. It's asking, what is your opinion of women driving race cars from a women's perspective or woman's?
I don't know. I have nothing.
Come on, get up there into the mic. You are never bashful. What?
Yeah.
Never. Have you ever seen her bashful, John?
Hell no.
Never. So what is your opinion? The fans are asking for it. So talk into the microphone. You actually got to. You got to talk
I don't
into
really
it.
have an opinion.
Help her out, John, with a microphone. Give her a little help
do you
there.
use this one?
Does it turn?
Yeah, hard.
Don't screw around with that too much because I think that's a house of cards you're dealing with.
Yeah. Okay. So.
No, she just unplugged it for the third time.
All right. So Tina, what is your opinion on chicks driving race cars?
I don't know. I think they should stop focusing on it. That's all they talk about. It's kind of annoying. Like,
Yeah.
they
Kind of like
don't-
this show.
It's like first, second, third, fourth place, and Danica Patrick, and it's like I'm sick of hearing about
Do you
it.
have a female racer in motorsports that you look up to or like?
John, that is the creepiest camera angle.
Not really. Not really.
No. I mean, does it make a difference for you? Like, I mean, you're probably one of the exceptions to the rule, and there's a few other women that are hardcore race fans. You're the
Sonny,
exception
big
to the
time.
rule. You go to the races because you like the races. It's not about
Yeah.
watching a chick or whatever.
Yeah. I like Jessica Zemkin, but I guess I don't know. I think I was young when I started liking her.
Right.
Maybe because she was a female.
Right.
I don't know. But she's not my favorite driver. I mean, it's definitely Ronnie Johnson.
Yeah, we know that. My God, I'm surprised she didn't wear a Ronnie Johnson shirt here tonight.
She had to throw that in there.
She has to. She has to.
Obviously.
Wait a minute, I thought Dave Camara was your favorite.
Oh,
Dave
yes.
Camara.
Dave Camara is my favorite, yes.
I've told the story on here before, I think, how we first met. Have I told that
Yeah,
on this show
I
or
think
no?
so.
Last time she was here.
Was it the last time she was here? Oh, it was wicked funny. It was wicked funny. And thankfully,
And I'm still a Camara fan in your phone.
you are still a Camara fan in my phone. Yeah. She's a huge...
I don't think you knew my name for like 3 years.
I don't think I did either. I just remember saying over the page, "Hey, Camara fan, how are we doing? You rooting for Dave Camara tonight?" Because when I first started at Utica, Dave Camara was a weekly regular. So, interesting. Erin Crocker is the best woman driver. That's the debate we're getting right now. What do you know?
What are we
What do you?
talking about?
No, you don't even know Erin Crocker, right? So you didn't
You don't
follow.
remember Aaron Crocker?
No.
No?
I remember because she went to. I'm wearing a Union College
Yeah, buddy.
sweatshirt tonight. Well, she went to RPI, and that was always RPI and Union are huge rivals in all sports. So I remember seeing Rensselaer Polytech
That-
Institute
that
on a car.
red-
I'm like, I am booing that car. I don't care who drives it.
So Erin Crocker, somebody said that Erin Crocker is the best female driver. What would we be talking about? Dirt track or racing in general?
What do you mean? I said again. I was totally.
You said a person in the chat room said that Erin Crocker is the best female racer. What are we talking about? Dirt track racing specifically?
I don't know.
Or just racing in general?
Let's see what they come up with. She's been at Utica
Because
Rome.
she wasn't very good in a pavement car.
No,
She was okay at best.
right. But I mean, a sprint car. That's possible. He's saying best female sprint car driver.
Yeah.
I mean,
She's the only female to
who
win
do
a
you
World
got?
Outlaw
You got
race.
you're right. You got Becca,
Her
and
and-
you got Jessica. You got Natalie Sather.
Natalie
that's Ron.
Sather was decent. She doesn't really race anymore.
No, nope.
though. She's supporting her
I'm trying to
man.
think. April Wilson drives. There's another female driver, but there's not a ton for you to.
Zemkin.
Who else?
Sarah Fisher used to be
Sarah
a World
Fisher,
Outlaw
yeah,
sprint car driver.
drivers, but it's not. There's not better.
But Aaron was the only one to win an actual World of Outlaw race. The closest one to come is Jessica.
Yeah. I'm not saying that.
Not even close.
What are you guys reading now?
No, I'm not.
I am
No.
not doing that.
No.
No way. I'll tell you.
Kelly Earnhardt was the best, but she did not pursue it. Interesting.
That's an interesting.
That's an interesting. But
I never saw
like
her.
Sarah Fisher got out of World of Outlaws and went into IRL, right?
Yes.
yeah,
And
And
did
she's still
nothing.
there as an owner.
I was going to say she owns IRL team
And didn't
now.
she do?
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
did nothing.
She
But
had
we
some
did.
decent runs. She never won a race, though.
You can say
I don't think any of the women though that we've talked about, other than Danica, have had the support and the money behind them that Danica has.
Not even
Right.
close.
I don't think so.
Sarah-
I think
Sarah Fisher had some support by mead coated papers and stuff, but not
But she didn't have GoDaddy money.
No.
right.
No way.
No.
The money that Danica has, if she can't be successful, then she has. I mean, her talent level's not that good. That's the bottom line because
she's
she's
got
got
top-tier
so
stuff.
much money.
She's got to do something. with
Right. She's got a Tony Stewart style car, so she better prove
which
that
is a Hendrick Chevrolet
right.
for all intents and purposes.
Right.
The chassis built by
Yeah.
Hendrick.
Right, it's
and
all Hendrick.
Engines
Right.
are Hendrick.
Right now,
That's
she's
what's on Ryan
driving
Newman's car, I think.
the best of the best.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, we'll see.
There's no equipment excuses.
So it's 8:24, Chris. You ready to What do you think?
I think we covered it. I mean, we still got 20-some listeners, but I know any minute we're going to get walked in on. Like,
I don't want to
like we were in our bedroom when we were 15.
To run it out too far here, but again,
Yeah, but did it ever stop you when you were 15?
No.
It depended on what he was doing.
I was playing with my Aaron Crocker sprint car.
Did they make Aaron Crocker diecast? No, well, this is a serious question. Did they make?
I think so.
Did they?
I'm sure.
I think so.
I'm sure they did.
1/24 scale?
It
I got to
seems
look
like
at
they
or
did.
1/18
I
scale.
don't know.
1/18 scale. I got to look into this now.
Seems like they
because-
did.
Apparently, Chris had
I don't
one.
know though.
Yeah, because here's my thing.
You
I
wouldn't
am-
want it now, though. It's all beat up.
This is so wrong.
Oh my!
They did. So they did make it
Wow.
an Aaron Crocker. I'm gonna have to see if I can get my hands on that.
Yeah, right.
As you guys are all being perverts, I'm actually being serious over here.
Beat the crap out of it. He did.
That's okay. Mallet wants to get his hands on
Come
it.
on, I want that car.
Mallet wants to get his
I just
hands
want
on
the
it.
car.
Where's my-
Oh my god.
Somebody
Lord.
put a bullet in this thing.
Wow.
That's it.
I don't think we're pulling it out of this slide. We're going to see you right back here next
Schlong.
week. Make sure you get over to the Gator Racing News Show. We're going to be there 11:30 live start time for the Gator Racing News booth in Syracuse. For everybody, that's going to do it for this edition of the 31st lap. Thanks for watching.
www.fingerlakes1.com. Come on and join the fun. Log on to Finger Lakes One.
www.fingerlakes1.com.